Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is one of my galactic download readings. Now I haven't done, and I'm not going to do, a reading for the Jupiter Saturn Conjunction. Mainly because it's such a big thing. And my style of reading is a little more is a little more specific, at least I like to think it is. So with the Jupiter Saturn conjunction, just thinking, even on the most basic level, the smallest level, never mind this mutation into air, and like a culmination and re-beginning of an 800-year cycle or of a 200-year cycle, it's still a 20-year cycle. So the changes that will announce are a big thing. And they're a long-term thing. Now, you've seen a show with myself and David Fischer, the astrologer, discussing, what was it we called it, 2020 season finale, looking at the solar eclipse that just went yesterday, to the conjunction itself, but smack bang in the middle of this, the Sun conjuncts the Galactic Centre. Now, the way I'm seeing this is the eclipse is certainly helping to reveal things and to literally eclipse things, get them out of the way. And so this particular galactic download, I mean, it happens this time every year. The Sun at 27 degrees Sagittarius something. It happens with a regularity, but with it being so tight in between the total, and I emphasize total, solar eclipse and the Jupiter Saturn conjunction, mutation into air, and all the other things that we discussed on the show, oh, link in the description down below just in case, then this download promises to be a good one, setting us up, one would hope, if one can receive the energies. And I'm not saying anybody can't, it's just some people may be a little more attuned than others. But the energies will find a way, as they always do. Energy is like water, it will find its way. And that's completely thrown me from what I was going to say. Yeah, right, that's it. Setting us up for the huge thing of this conjunction, of the great conjunction that's coming up. And now that is a more now thing. That is something that, even though I'm using oracle cards more than the tarot, that is something that we can look at that matches the lifespan of a YouTube video on this subject. Because the Jupiter Saturn conjunction, yeah, I don't think people are still going to be watching it in 2 months' time, never mind 19 years' time, as they come to the end of the effect of it. So this one is a lot more here and now. So as ever, there is links in the description below, as I said, for the 2020 season finale video that I did with David, for the Lunar Eclipse playlist. Your monthly playlist will be on the channel page. Is there any more videos I need to add to the description? Obviously, I haven't written it yet. I can't think so, but if I think of anything else, I'll put it down there. And there is the link to the Facebook page for this channel, as ever. Come and join the fun. I post these videos. I post the astrology weather forecast type videos that I'm watching. Not always on time, but then, you know, I watch it, then I post it. Or I watch it on my mobile phone, then get to my computer and post it, because for some reason I can't post it through my phone. Go figure. As ever, please do comment down below if the reading is appropriate to you, because I like to know that these readings, how can I put it, that they get home, that they get to wherever they are supposed to be. Because I do not imagine in the slightest that when I read for a zodiac sign, I'm reading for 1/12 of the population. It's for whoever sees it and whoever it's useful for. As ever, general reading rules apply. Roles can get reversed if another person appears in the reading, although with the spread that I'm planning, I don't think that'll happen. Timing is far from absolute, but as I've just discussed, the effect should be a little more now on the back of the eclipse, well, both eclipses. Oh yeah, solar eclipse listing down below. Never mind the lunar one, although that'll be there as well. But these are it's a beautiful energetic process, and it's getting towards the end of the year. We are getting out of 2020, and the 21st of December, the solstice. So we're going into a new astrological year. Can't wait, to be honest. So yeah, comment down below. Obviously, I'm a YouTuber. Please subscribe. Please like the video if you do like the video, and if you don't, tell me why. You know, put it in the comments. Be nice, obviously, because I will delete any nasty comments or spam comments, which I seem to get a lot of. So if you see any ones with like a time signature and going, oh, I really like you, or whatever it is that they're putting at the minute, then I haven't got around to deleting the spam yet, and YouTube hasn't caught it up. Right, so the reading is for the sign in the title. It's a bulk introduction. There will be a timestamp, as ever, in the description, so that you can watch your sun, your moon, and your rising. Probably not in that order. Sun, rising, moon, I would go. But with all this moon energy with the eclipses, the moon one is just, I think, just as important this time. Okay, let's bring up your cards. Okay, Capricorn, we start with you apparently caught between two energies. And I say that because the first card that came out of the Queen of the Moon Oracle is the green corn moon, or patience. And that immediately was followed by the lunar god moon. Now, you would think with the lunar god, it's a masculine force. It will, let me see if I can get this every time I switch cameras. It would appear that this would be a driving forward force, being a masculine force. And it's not quite god of the seas, so it's not like god of the emotions, but it is god of the tides. So it's how the emotions change. So maybe the first message there is whatever emotions you're feeling right now, this too shall pass. But also that there is a whole variety of emotions, a smorgasbord of emotions being handed to you at the moment for you to, you know, for your delectation, for you to taste and see what you think of all of them. There's a trap there, but I think there's also a trap in rushing forward and taking action too hastily, which is the other thing that the masculine force per se, not the lunar god, but a masculine force, would risk. Think about like the masculine Aries force, which we have here immediately straight after a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. And that is clarified by the Queen of Swords, which, as I've said in these readings and whenever I use this particular deck, this Queen of Swords can cut things out very simply. She doesn't always want to. She doesn't always have to. So it's up for you to experience all these different emotions because you are deliberately being pulled between pillar and post. And it's almost like to see how you hold up. Because whatever is pulling you around like this, it is coming to an end eventually. But the whole point of this is, one, for you to discover what your own personal inner fire is, to reveal it to you, or to reveal a new one to you, because it's very patronizing of me to say that you don't know what your own inner fire is. But I think there is that moment of revelation here with the fiery climax and Hestia. So we've, but also that Hestia here is clarified with the Hanged Man, that you have been put in this situation to gain wisdom, to gain understanding. There is a spiritual purpose, Keter here at the very end, to everything that you've been exposed to. Now, this is the column I'm trying to make some sense of. We start with education, and then we've got the home card, and this is all clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Now, initially it felt like an either or, just as the Patience and the Masculine felt like an either or. But the Patience is telling me that there is a goal coming up, and the Masculine is telling me that you move forward like a King of Wands. You move forward at the right time. This is seconded by this Queen of Swords. Some of this climax will come around whatever you do. So why make it worse? So why throw it all off balance when you can stand back and wait for some of this situation, whatever it is, to reveal its secrets to you, so that you can go, right, and now here's the point where I put my fourpenneth in, or here's the point where I lay down my law. You know, I don't care what you do, but in my world this is going to happen, and you either stick with that or you're not coming into my world. But I believe that with all the moons here from the lunar god, and the Hanged Man here, it's almost like you are being given, I don't want to say a vocabulary, I think I want to say a spectrum of emotions, so that you can feel, Seven of Cups here, so that you can feel what each one of those are, so that you can figure out where you are standing on whatever issue. Now, there's an either or with this education and home, because that immediately made me think of, say, you're of an age where, do I go to university or not? Do I leave home for university, or do I study at a university close to home and still live at home? That's one option that these two cards give. But I also feel that it could well be that there is education on issues regarding home. Say there's someone in the house with a health condition, or there's someone in the house with a passion for something that you didn't know much about beforehand, and they may be able to educate you. Or there's something the household is facing in general, where you are able to go, hang on a minute, I don't know the answer, but I know how to find it out. I know where to go to work out what the answer is. Because a fiery climax approaches, and Ten of Swords here, which was also coming out reversed. So there's and Ten of Pentacles either side of the star. There's some form of wish fulfillment here if you want to grab it. But that wish fulfillment has to be grabbed at just the right time. You know, you can act too quickly here. And the energies that this is all bringing in is designed to give you this spectrum of emotions, or of viewpoints, or of understandings, so that you are familiar with not just yours, but everybody else's and all. In this way, there is freedom coming. So it may be that you are providing education once you have sought it out yourself. Because, let's face it, there's a lot of divided households on some very emotive issues this year. But I really do like this Devil card, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. It's telling me, draw back, but not so far back that you're isolating yourself. Concentrate on your own perceptions, but not so much that they are blocking out other people's, using your perceptions to understand other people's around you. This, whatever's going on, there is a risk of rash action, and if you take rash action, it will go wrong. But if you hold back for the right moment, it's almost like you are drawing a matter to a close, enabling you some form of wish fulfillment, rebirth, spiritual guided pathway. I really like this star card. See how she's pouring away both urns of water to me, it's as if, you know how I said you were stuck between two energies? It's as if this lady in the star card has gone, there's one energy I was stuck between. Here's the other one. Stuff them both. Get rid. So there's some, maybe there is some form of either or dynamic that you are feeling trapped within, but it's not there to trap you. It's there to give you that spectrum which will enable you to move forward with some plans that involve learning about stuff. But we've got Wheel of Fortune clarifying this home and education, and then I don't think I've mentioned, but the flying free clarified by the Seven of Cups. Now I've already mentioned how there's multiple options, but maybe the option that you take is that you don't take any of them, and that you go, all of those are limiting how I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it my way. There is a wonderful sense of conclusion and freedom coming up. And all it requires is indeed that patience, that not acting too soon, gaining that understanding of a spectrum of emotions or viewpoints or what have you, and then acting at the right moment and not necessarily cutting anything away, because this has all been about, I mean, Hestia, goddess of the hearth and home, with the home card, this has all been about your home. But interestingly, if you're Capricorn rising, this is about your 12th house, or happening in your 12th house. So that area that is overwhelming, where you are yielding to a greater cause or power. That cause may be, or power may be within the home, maybe the needs of the home, may well be, how can I put it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Your own in-home, certainly, you know, your heart, your soul, whatever you want to look at it. But I feel that it's almost something that starts here and rushes out all across all those that you consider to be part of your home. This is not just you, but it is entirely focused on your freedom. But by you being free, that is obviously having a knock-on effect for others, a positive knock-on effect for others. So if this means anything to you, Capricorn, because I ain't got a clue how this can refer to anything. Well, I mean, I have, but I haven't. But then again, I'm not a Capricorn. But if it means anything to you, comment down below, and see you next reading. Cheers.